When Xiao Yan learned that Elder Pill was the true master of the Falling Star Pavilion, he was shocked, as Elder Pill had never mentioned anything about being the master of the pavilion. Meanwhile, when Xun'er found out that her brother Xiao Yan had also arrived in the Central Plains, she didn't hesitate at all to leave the realm of the Gu clan. Continuing from the previous episode, to evade Feng Qing'er's search, Xiao Yan had hidden the ancient phoenix blood essence within his heavenly flames. Once he had distanced himself from the Wind and Thunder Mountains, Xiao Yan couldn't help but spit out a mouthful of blood. He clenched his jaw tightly, green flames blazing on his palm, forcing out drops of blue-red blood. Seeing the 3 drops of blood, Mu Qingwan's expression changed slightly. It is indeed ancient phoenix blood essence, and the color is so rich. It must have been refined from the bloodline of at least a Dou Zun ranked celestial demon phoenix. Hearing this, the Dou Zun of Wind's face turned more solemn. After all, ancient phoenix blood essence from a Dou Zun ranked being was significant enough to mobilize the entire celestial demon phoenix clan. Fortunately, Feng Qing'er hadn't discovered it earlier, otherwise, they would have been in serious trouble. At this moment, Lin Yan noticed that not only had Xiao Yan not woken up, but there was also a faint look of pain on his face. The keen-eyed Dou Zun of Wind immediately saw that there was still some ancient phoenix blood essence remaining in Xiao Yan's body. However, he didn't dare to act rashly, fearing that it might only make things worse. Xiao Yan glanced at the increasingly chaotic situation within his body and couldn't help but curse inwardly. Initially, he had refined a total of 5 drops of blue-red blood from the magical beast's corpse. He had already used 1 drop when making a pill for Medusa, leaving him with 4 drops. 3 had been forced out earlier, meaning 1 drop remained inside him. It was this remaining drop of blue-red blood that was wreaking havoc within his body. Xiao Yan thought to himself, "I refuse to believe that I can't refine you." With a thought, the crystal lotus heart fire within his body transformed into a fiery cauldron, enveloping the blood. Under the continuous scorching of the heavenly flames, the drop of blue-red blood gradually began to vaporize, eventually dispersing into a wisp of blue-red smoke. As the smoke entered his body, Xiao Yan was delighted to notice his strength slowly rising. However, he soon realized that the energy contained within the blood essence was too vast. Just refining a third of it had already brought his body close to its limit. If he were to refine the remaining essence, he feared his body might explode from the overload. This thought sent a chill through Xiao Yan's heart. Yet, if he didn't fully refine the ancient phoenix blood essence, the damage it would cause by rampaging within his body wouldn't be any less severe. As the blue-red smoke continued to pour in, Xiao Yan's body began to swell. The Dou Zun of Wind was just about to intervene when Mu Qingwan stopped him. She explained that Xiao Yan's body was already at a saturation point. If any more energy were to be added, he might explode on the spot. All they could do now was see if he had any other means of protecting himself. Under the watchful eyes of the Dou Zun of Wind and the others, Xiao Yan's body had swelled to its limit, with some tiny blood vessels on his skin bursting open. Seeing this, the Dou Zun of Wind could no longer hold back. He took a deep breath, raised his hand slowly, and a vast amount of energy began to gather rapidly. Seeing the Dou Zun of Wind ready to act, Mu Qingwan could only sigh. In her view, while this might save Xiao Yan's life, it would result in severe injuries and completely waste the ancient phoenix blood essence. However, just as the Dou Zun of Wind was about to transmit this energy into Xiao Yan's body, Xiao Yan's tightly closed eyes suddenly snapped open, and a pair of large bone wings swiftly unfurled from his back. As soon as the bone wings appeared, Xiao Yan's body strangely stopped swelling. The influx of blue-red energy caused the bone wings to expand nearly twice their original size. Moreover, the previously bare bone wings seemed to be coming to life, as mysterious blue-red patterns began to spread across them. The 3 were stunned by this sight, and Mu Qingwan stared intently at the bone wings. After a moment, she gasped, "Are those celestial demon phoenix wings?" The Dou Zun of Wind replied, "Yes, it seems so. I've seen some old monsters from the celestial demon phoenix clan use them before. Although Xiao Yan's wings lack phoenix feathers, the aura they emit is identical to that of the celestial demon phoenix wings." Mu Qingwan exclaimed, "Did this guy actually kill a member of the celestial demon phoenix clan? If the clan finds out, they'll send their strongest to hunt him down immediately." The Dou Zun of Wind nodded slightly, finding the situation troublesome. dealing with members of the celestial demon Phoenix clan required careful consideration, even for him. He hadn't expected this young man not only to extract the blood essence but also to take the wings. While the two were conversing, Xiao Yan slowly stood up, feeling the immense power of his bone wings, and a hint of joy welled up in his heart. Now, if he used the 3000 thunder movement again, not even Fei Tian could catch up with him. Seeing that Xiao Yan was unharmed, the Dou Zun of Wind breathed a sigh of relief and then, with a burning gaze, asked slowly, "Since you're all right now, can you tell me where your teacher is?" It turned out that when Yao Chen had the accident, the Dou Zun of Wind was not by his side. When he later discovered that Yao Chen was missing, Han Feng announced to the public that his teacher had died from backlash during alchemy. Naturally, the Dou Zun of Wind didn't believe such nonsense. He had questioned Han Feng several times but got nothing out of him. By the time the Dou Zun of Wind realized something was amiss, Han Feng had already left the central plains without a trace. Hearing this, Xiao Yan sighed lightly and murmured, "Indeed, my teacher was indeed harmed by Han Feng." As soon as he spoke, the Dou Zun of Wind's face darkened instantly, and a chilling murderous intent surged from him. This bastard! Yao Chen raised him from an abandoned infant, taught him everything he knew, and he dared to kill his master? I should have slapped him dead on the spot back then. Seeing his teacher in such a rage, Mu Qingwan instinctively shrank back. After all, the Dou Zun of Wind usually appeared calm and collected, but today, he seemed completely out of control. Then, as if suddenly remembering something, Mu Qingwan looked at Xiao Yan in shock and exclaimed, "Yao Chen? Could it be the lifelong friend of my teacher, the unseen master of the Falling Star Pavilion, Yao Chen, the Elder Pill, the master of the pavilion?" Xiao Yan was momentarily stunned. After all, Elder Pill had never mentioned anything about being the master of the Falling Star Pavilion to him. The Dou Zun of Wind explained that he and Yao Chen had founded the Falling Star Pavilion together. However, Yao Chen didn't enjoy managing it, so the Dou Zun of Wind had been running it for years, but the position of the master had always been kept for him. The Dou Zun of Wind said, "Let's put that aside for now. When I return, I'll issue a warrant for Han Feng. I believe that scumbag Han Feng is still alive. If he falls into my hands, I'll make him wish for death but be unable to die." Xiao Yan replied, "Perhaps there's no need for a warrant." With a flick of his finger, Han Feng's soul hurriedly emerged from the jade bottle. Han Feng pleaded, "Xiao Yan, what will it take for you to let me go?" But before he could finish, the Dou Zun of Wind suddenly grabbed his neck. The usually kind and gentle face now appeared terrifyingly fierce. The Dou Zun of Wind roared, "You beast! How dare you harm your own teacher? Without Yao Chen, you would have been devoured by wild beasts long ago." Faced with the Dou Zun of Wind's bone-chilling killing intent, Han Feng finally panicked and shouted, "Don't kill me! It wasn't my fault. I was forced by the people from the Soul Hall." The Dou Zun of Wind was taken aback. "What? The Soul Hall?" Hearing this name, the Dou Zun of Wind's expression changed slightly. Years ago, the Soul Hall had targeted Yao Chen, but his wide circle of friends and status as an alchemist had protected him. However, Yao Chen eventually disappeared, clearly due to a traitor's betrayal that prevented him from summoning help in time. From Han Feng, the Dou Zun of Wind learned that Elder Pill was currently imprisoned in a Soul Hall branch called Tianming City. However, two Dou Zun ranked elders guarded it, making even the Dou Zun of Wind cautious about acting rashly. He decided to return to the Falling Star Pavilion to gather forces before making a move. Although the Falling Star Pavilion was strong, it still paled in comparison to the mighty Soul Hall, whose true strength was unknown. Without adequate preparation, not only would they fail to rescue Yao Chen, but they might also jeopardize the Falling Star Pavilion. As for Han Feng, Xiao Yan put him back into the jade bottle to continue suffering under the fallen heart flame. For a traitor like him, Xiao Yan had no intention of letting him die easily. Next, Xiao Yan planned to participate in the Pill Tower's pill competition, as only by securing a spot in the top 10 could he claim the 3,000 burning flames. Since advancing the Dou Zone, Xiao Yan had found further progress increasingly difficult. Although he could now defend himself against strong opponents like Fei Tian, the experts of the Soul Hall were far more formidable. He urgently needed the 3,000 burning flames to boost his strength so he could stand a chance against Dou Zun-ranked foes. Seeing that Xiao Yan had made up his mind, the Dou Zun of Wind didn't say much more. After a brief pause, he took out an ancient jade piece from his storage ring and handed it to Xiao Yan. Keep this jade piece with you. In the future, I can find you through it. If you encounter any trouble you can't handle, just crush it, and I will sense it. Xiao Yan said, "Thank you, Elder Wind." The Dou Zun of Wind replied, "Yao Chen entrusted the flame mantra to you, showing how much he values you." Back in the day, Han Feng was eager to get his hands on this technique, but Yao Chen never taught it to him. Xiao Yan nodded silently. He was well aware of the countless efforts Elder Yao had invested in him, treating him as a father. Over the years, Xiao Yan had also gone through many hardships to gain the strength needed to rescue Elder Pill. The Dou Zun of Wind continued, "Alright, time is of the essence, so I won't stay longer. Remember to be cautious in the future. According to my prediction, Feng Xun'er won't easily give up on the ancient phoenix blood essence, so be vigilant. If you encounter any trouble you can't solve, crush the jade piece." After saluting the Dou Zun of Wind with clasped fists, Xiao Yan and Lin Yan swiftly descended to the ground. Seeing the two figures land, the Dou Zun of Wind let out a sigh of relief. He then looked towards the western region of the Central Plains and murmured, "Old friend, I finally have news about you. Don't worry, I will definitely rescue you this time." Meanwhile, atop a misty mountain peak, a graceful figure in simple yet elegant blue clothing stood. This woman was Xiao Xun'er, who had parted ways with Xiao Yan at Jianan Academy and returned to the Gu realm. Behind her was Ling Ying, who had once protected Xiao Yan. Xun'er asked, "Elder Ling, is there something you need? If it's about clan matters, I'm not interested." Ling Ying chuckled and said, "According to the latest information, a young man named Xiao Yan has appeared in the northern region of the Central Plains. Are you certain?" Ling Ying replied, "Based on my estimation, it's highly likely to be him." Hearing this, Xun'er's elegant figure trembled slightly. After a moment's hesitation, she turned and shot down the mountain. Xun'er said, "Spread the word, I'm leaving the Gu realm."